Hi all. Today I'm going to compare the returns between bank FD or RD versus debt mutual funds. Okay, so most of the people thinks that bank FD or RD is a great investment product which is giving a fixed income, fixed rate of returns over the period of time. Okay, but most of the people does not have the clue about uh, any other alternatives which will give much better returns compared to bank FD or RD. Okay. And the thing I'm gonna talk about today is debt mutual funds. Okay, and I will explain you how it is much more beneficial compared to bank FD or RD. So I will explain the returns between FD and debt mutual funds later. Before that, I'll just give you a brief overview on what is bank FD and debt mutual funds. Okay, most of the people knows about bank FD and RDs, right? So it's a minimum risk investment plan which is giving the rate of return ranging from 7.5 to 7.9 or 8 in some cases. Okay, so for the simple math, we have taken 8 percentage product. It means the fund manager investing the money only in debt related products like corporate bonds, government bonds. Say the corporate need some money in short term, they will ask the mutual fund like give me some money, I will return you in these many days with this much interest, like that. Okay, so most of the contract maturity period is 1 to 90 days. So it has delivered a rate of return between 8 to 12 percentage, but in an average it has delivered roughly around 9.8 percentage. Okay, and if you see both of them are minimum risk investment. Debt mutual funds, anyway, mutual funds, people thinks that it's a risky investment, but I will explain that later. But why I called bank FD is a minimum risk investment plan. I can also call it a safe investment, but bank may also go for bankrupt, like what we had in 2008. Lehman Brothers went for bankrupt. Even government could not do anything due to global recession. So that is very exceptional case. That is very rare case, I can say. Okay, so that's the reason I called it as minimum risk investment, because India, I think we never had any bankrupt in India, so we can call it as safe investment also. But please keep this in mind. The bank may also go for bankrupt, even if the government does not support during some global recession. Okay, and debt mutual funds, it's a minimum risk investment. Usually, um, mutual funds on share markets are high risk investment plans. Okay, but debt mutual funds are minimum risk. That is because the fund manager will be investing money only in debt related products, which will not get traded in share markets. So it will not have the volatility like equity mutual funds. That is the reason it is giving the rate of return between 8 to 12 percentage, whereas the equity mutual funds are capable to give more than 15 percentage, more than 18 percentage. Okay, but if the person does not willing to take risk by investing in equity mutual funds, they can always go with debt mutual funds. That is the reason I'm here comparing the returns between bank FD and debt related products, because most of the people currently thinks that bank FD is safest place to uh, make our investment, and it delivers fixed amount of returns. Okay, but this is the alternative um, scheme, that is debt mutual funds, which is minimum risk and it will deliver very good returns. If you compare here, the difference between FD and debt mutual fund is hardly around 1.8. Okay, so but that is not the actual difference. Okay, I'll explain with a small example. So the bank FD say it is giving 8 percentage roughly. Okay, so if you invest 1 lakh and you let it sit for 3 years, and say you are getting the money back after 3 years, the 1 lakh will convert it into 1 lakh 25,971. So the return is 25,971, which is 8 percentage, and this 8% is not tax exemption, so you need to pay tax to the government. So the tax rate may different based on what slab you are. So here in this case the return 25,971 will get added into your normal salary. Say if you are an employed, you are getting some salary, say some 5 lakh per annum, and this 25,971 will get added into your salary, and based on that which tax slab you fit in, you have to pay the tax according to that. Okay, so I hope you are aware of the tax slab, right? So let me explain if not. From if your income is between 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh, 10% tax, and 5 lakh to 10 lakhs, 20%, more than 10 lakh, it's 30%. So in case if you fall under 10%, you need to pay 2597. So the actual return is 7.25 percentage, which is 23,374. And if you fall under 20, then 5194 will go for tax, and return is 2776, which is 6.6 percentage. 30,779 will go for tax. Your return is 18,179.84, which is 5.7. Look at the difference. Bank is actually giving 8 percentage, but that is not the one what you will get in your hand. You need to pay the tax. After paying the tax, your return may differ between 5.7 to 7.25. Okay, let's now compare with debt mutual funds. So the debt mutual funds, as I already told, is delivering average of 9.8 percentage. And here in the same case, the 1 lakh will get converted into 1,31,320. Okay, so the 31,320 is your actual return, which is 9.8 percentage. Here, if you withdraw the mutual funds after 3 years, you will get the benefit of flat 20% tax. Whereas if you withdraw before 3 years, you need to pay the tax according to your tax slab, which means your return will get added into your salary, like what we have seen in bank FD. But if you let it go for 3 years and you are selling the mutual fund after 3 years, it means you will eligible for flat 20% tax slab, but you will get one additional benefit. This flat 20% is not for your actual return, which is 31320. Okay, the flat 20% after inflation adjustments. I will explain this. Okay, so government will announce the inflation rate during every budget. So you invested the money. In this case, you invested money 3 years back, and now you are getting it back. So it means you need to compare the inflation rate for the past 3 years and get the average. So for the past 3 years, if you compare it, will get around 5.6 to 6, I guess. That is the reason roughly I have taken 6 percentage annual inflation. So this is the average inflation for the past 3 years because we invested 3 years back. So the average inflation is 6%. It means for the 6% return, you don't have to pay any tax. So you only have to pay 9.8 minus 6, which is 2.8% return, which is 12,600. Let me explain again. Okay. So if you get 9.8% return, so your actual return is 31,320.8. But in that 6%, which is the average inflation, you don't have to pay any tax. So subtract 9.8 with 6, which is 2.8. This 2.8% return alone, you need to pay tax. So what is 2.8 percentage of your return is 12,600. Okay, so in that you need to pay 20% tax, which means the tax rate is 20 percentage and the taxable amount is 2520. 20% from your 2.8% return. Okay, which is 2520. So your actual return is gonna be 28800, which is 8.8 percentage. So look at the difference. In bank FD, your rate of returns ranging from 5.7 to 7.25. Okay, in case if you fall under 30%, your rate will go down up to 5.7. But in this debt mutual funds, you are having a chance to get higher returns. Like in this case, we have got 8.8% return. So this is the Reason I'm saying debt mutual funds are very good investment compared to bank FD. And you may get one question. Bank FD, I know it is safe. The principal amount will not get affected. How about in debt mutual fund, right? I'll show you one graph. Uh, Probably you'll get the clear idea whether debt mutual funds are safe investment or not. Okay, here look at the returns. Before showing the graph, I'll show you the returns. Okay, so this is the debt mutual funds. If you want to look at this information, you can go to money control, click on mutual funds, and select the debt mutual fund option. Okay, here I told you right, debt mutual funds are giving the rate of return between 8 to 12 percentage, and for the 3 years horizon, look at here. This is debt long-term mutual funds. It has delivered the rate up to 13.2 percentage. So, but we have taken only 9.8. Okay, that is average rate of return. And look at here. None of the fund has delivered any negative returns. Okay, this debt long-term fund, short-term fund does not make much difference. Long-term, it means if you withdraw the money within 3 months, you need to pay 1% exit load. But short-term, you don't have to pay any exit load. Whenever you want, you can withdraw. Even before 3 years, also you can withdraw. Before 3 months, also you can withdraw. You don't have to pay any exit load. Here I'll show you the graph now. Okay, I'll take this ICICI Pro Dynamic from long term and Axis term fund from short term. So this is the ICICI potential debt fund. Look at the graph. It never fell down for the past 1 year. I'll show you the 2 year graph, 3 year graph, 5 year graph. Look at the graph. It does not have the volatility. Okay, like what we have in equity mutual fund. Equity mutual fund graph, right? It will be volatile. And look at the short term fund. I'll take 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Look at the graph. So the graph is steady. I'll show you the equity graph. Okay, equity mutual fund. So if you come here, equity, and I'll take any fund. I'll take this Birla Sun Life, which is larger cap. So here, if you come the graph, look at the volatility. 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. But it has the ability to give much better returns. But person who does not like the volatility, he can go with debt mutual funds. Look at the difference. This is steady growth. This is steady growth. Now you got the clear idea, right? Why debt mutual funds are giving um, great returns over the. Now the ball is in your court. You can decide which investment you want to put in to get very good returns over the period of time. Thank you. Thanks for watching. If you have any question, feel free to post it in comment. I'll try to respond as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Bye.